We are now joined by two members of the race-winning team from today's 2018 Auto Club 400. We have team owner Barney Visser and team manager Joe Garone from the race-winning number 78 Bass Pro Shops 5-Hour Energy Toyota from Furniture Row Racing. So, gentlemen, obviously you guys had a stunning 2017 season, championship-winning year. What does it mean to come out of the box strong this year and finally get that victory on the board and follow up the championship run with a strong start to the year?
Well, after the beginning of the season there, watching Harvick run away with everything, I wasn't sure where we were at. I wish he would have not had the problems he had today, and we could have run him again. I think we had something for him today, but we won't know for a few weeks here where we're at.
We are now also joined by crew chief from the race-winning team, Cole Pearn. Cole, we'll go next to you. What was the difference maker this week compared to the last couple of weeks? Obviously, you guys had some dominant speed that wasn't quite there the last couple of weeks, but kind of a return to form here at Auto Club that was kind of reminiscent of last season. What would you attribute that to this week?
I think just getting the new rules package and everything kind of sorted out some more. We knew early on we just really weren't where we wanted to be, but we weren't bad. So it was just a matter of getting those last little bits, and it was always good, when you're running top five, but there's room to grow and room to get better. And this week was a step. Finally, you get caught up enough where you can start to make improvements. And really, this was the first week where coming to the racetrack, I felt like everything was making a little more sense, and that we had a lot better plan going into the day.
All right, and we will start up in the front with Mike.
Two questions. Mike Hember, USA Today. Cole, did you get enough of a look at Harvick's car there early on to kind of figure out how you two might have matched up at the end if he was around?
Hard to say. I mean, those guys are an amazing race team, so they're gonna probably be there at some point. But I felt really, I thought we were a little bit off from them yesterday in practice, and last night we were able to make a lot of good sense of stuff and find a lot of gain. Setup-wise, I felt like going today. So we kind of had a quiet confidence that, if everything lined up, that, we were going to definitely have a good run at them. But you never know, obviously, and we don't really have another, high-speed mile and a half here for a couple weeks to Texas. And, they were really good there last year, too. So it's going to be an ongoing battle, I'm sure, as it goes.
And, Barney, you're typically not jumping around in the pits anyway, but did you have to kind of think about restraining yourself after this first win after you coming back?
Yeah, well, it's nice to be back. It felt like we're back, and that's huge. I usually don't jump up and down. I try to dodge the champagne when I can.
He didn't even want to get in the pictures today.
Yeah, I stayed away.
Did you feel okay?
Oh, I felt great. Oh, yeah. No, I'm doing really, really well.
We'll go next to Justin.
Justin Schuler, Speedway Media. Cole, quick question. When you saw Harvick get in that collision with Larson and then obviously go finish about 9 laps down, that was early in the race. Did that change any strategies that you had? Because now, obviously, with Harvick winning the last 3 races, that's kind of pretty much everyone's focus was he going to win 4 in a row. Did that change any of your strategies on pit road at all with anything?
Not really. I mean, really in the sport, you can only do what you can do, to yourself. So you're focused on your own program. And those guys are really good and obviously have, been really successful so far this year. And whether they were in the race or not, I don't think we would have played anything any different. You just got to do the best you can, for yourself. And really that's the only chance you have.
All right, any more questions for our panel downstairs? We'll move up to the terrace.
We do have one question from Wolfgang.
Wolfgang Monser from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. One question either for Joe or for Cole Pearn. First of all, congratulations to Barney Visser as well. Last year you had a 2-car team, now you're a 1-car team again. Is it now again more difficult because your driver cannot share informations with a teammate?
I don't think so. I think for us it's really really no different. You just you always kind of focus. We operate in such a small window of stuff that's really focused to Martin. Whether we had 2 cars or 1 cars, we were really focused on our 1 car. And obviously it's less information in a way, but in the same sense, it's easier in the shop now, just having to prepare 2 cars a week instead of 4. So it's a lot more time and detail can go into them. And, I think for us, as being a small team, it's not a bad problem at all.
Any more questions in the terrace?
No more questions.
And we'll move over to the skybox.
No questions from the skybox.
All right. Any more questions downstairs before we say goodbye to our panel up here? Mike?
And Bob. Dropped an importance of Pocris doesn't ask any questions.
Cole, we can assume, I guess, that NASCAR's new rule with qualifying issues and so forth is going to continue next week and onward, as far as if you can't get through inspection, you're going to have to do a pass-through early in the race, whatever. How does that change your approach to getting cars ready and so forth? Everything has to be checked even closer in the future?
I mean, we can't do any more than what we're doing. It's you do everything you possibly can every week to pass tech. I mean, that's the first goal of everything. So I mean, when things don't go your way and you struggle with something and then you fail or whatever, it's so unintentional. It's that's what's really hard, So now you're just going to get penalized more, but your intent's still the same. So it's a really difficult position the teams are in, because at the end of the day, I think what happened on Friday is a lot of teams had issues, and just because a lot of teams had issues, guys that really had small issues, had trouble getting through. I look at the 18, they only failed one time and they barely made qualifying, passing the second time. So it's, you're so dictated, by how many other people fail, whether you're going to have time to get through other times. And it's just hard. It's really, really hard. I mean, the level of detail that they're, inspecting the cars at is so small and so tight that, you're doing everything you possibly can. And it's just, there's error in what we do. We're not perfect. And, we're slowly trying to, get it figured out, especially with a new system. It's just, it's really difficult for us.
All right. Any more questions downstairs? All right. Thanks, gentlemen.
After qualifying. Yeah, no pre-qualifying tech, so that'll be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully everything goes right. I mean, at least it's Martinsville, so I think it'll be okay. But you're going to go through initial, so you'll have an idea. So.
What time was up? You lost your shot. Following up on